Right, so in this video I'm going to have a look at trigonometry again, and I'm just going to do some more examples of the type of problems you might get when you have to work out sides and angles of right angle triangles. So let's have a look at another example. I'll just do again, I'll draw a right angle triangle here, and we will, let's say, call this angle here 53 degrees. We'll call the adjacent x, and let's say this side here is 5. So let's look at this then. We've got to work out what x is, what the adjacent is. We know the opposite is 5, and we have the angle here. So we're looking at the opposite and adjacent. So which one of the three trigonometric ratios involve opposite and adjacent? Well, it's the tan, or the tangent. So we're going to look at the tan, or the tangent, of 53 degrees is equal to 5 divided by x, the opposite divided by the adjacent. So we know that, so we can put this over 1 here. We have a fraction here equal to a fraction, so we can cross multiply again. So we multiply tan of 53 degrees by x. So that's just simply x multiplied by the tan of 53 degrees equal to 1 times 5, which is just 5. Now we want to know what x is, so it's multiplied by this tan 53. So we need to get rid of this tan 53, so it's multiplied, so we do the opposite. We divide by tan 53, so x is equal to 5 divided by tan 53 degrees. So if we do that on our calculators, just type in, you just type in 5 divided by tan 53 degrees, and you will get 3.768. 3.768. That's to 3 decimal places. Okay, I won't write it all out, it's just 3 decimal places. So our x here is 3.768. Okay, so that's just another example of how you can work out a side here. And again, if you want to work out the third side, we now have x. You can just use Pythagoras' theorem if you like. Let's have a look at another example. This time I'm going to look at an example where we have to work out what the angle is. So if we have a right angle triangle again, this is our right angle triangle, and let's say we don't know what the angle is. Let's say we'll just call it A, and we know that this is, let's say, 2 centimeters, for example, or it could be 2 meters, it could be 2 kilometers, whatever, and this is 6 centimeters in this case. So we have to work out what the angle is here. Now in this case, what you do is you look at the sides that you've got the adjacent and you've got the hypotenuse. So which of the three trigonometric ratios involves the adjacent and the hypotenuse? Well, it's going to be the cos, or the cosine. So we know that the cosine, or the cos, of our angle A is going to be 2 over 6. So the cos of our angle A is just 1 over 3, 1/3. Now, what you need to do here is try and work backwards to find what the angle is. And the way you do that is, you'll notice on your calculator, if you look at the cos button on your calculator, you'll notice that over that, just over it, you should see a little cos with a -1 here. So this is what we're looking here for. It's the cos with the cos to the power of -1, or the inverse cos. It's the inverse of cos that we're looking for. So this will allow you find angles. Now, so you need to press on your calculator, you need to press Shift and press the cos button, and what should come up is on your screen cos inverse. So the cos inverse button will come up, then you press 1/3, put in 1/3 or 0.33333, whatever you like. 1/3 is probably best to put in, and then you should end up, but if you try that, you press Shift, cos, and then 1/3, and you should get 70 degrees, or 70. 0.5288, we'll say, degrees. That's to 4 decimal places there. Okay, so cos inverse 1/3 on your calculator should give you something like this here, 70.5288 or 52877,937, but this is just the 4 decimal places. So let's just try another one. We'll do another triangle here, another right angle triangle. We'll call this, again, we'll call it A, let's say, and this time, let's say we'll put in a, let's see, what do we do here? We'll put in a, let's say a 10 here, and we'll put a 12 here. Okay, and we've got to work out what our angle is this time, what our angle A is. So again, we've got a right angle here, and we've got to look at what we've got. We've got the opposite and we've got the hypotenuse. So again, which of the ratios involves opposite and hypotenuse? Well, this time it's sine. So we know that the sine of our angle is going to be just simply, the sine of our angle A is just simply going to be 10/12. Opposite divided by hypotenuse. Now we've got to work backwards. We've got to work backwards to try and find what A is. So all we've got to do then really is, on our calculators, look for sine inverse and then type in 10/12. So this is what we've got to put in, sine inverse of this here. And if you do that, so you get sine, let's see, so you press shift, you press sine inverse should come up on the screen on your calculator, and then it's 10 divided by 12, or 10/12 if you've got a fraction button on your calculator, and you should get 56. Again, I'll just reduce it to 4 decimal places, so it's 56.4427, and again that's the 4 decimal places. So that's our angle. This is our angle A, 56 degrees, or 56.4427 degrees. Okay, we'll just try one last one, and that'll be it for this particular video. Again, we'll just look at finding an angle. So let's say we have a right angle triangle again. We'll take our right angle as being here. We'll call our angle here again A, and let's see, we've done cos, we've done sine. Let's try one where that involves tan. It's exactly the same as the other one, really. Let's say we've got this is 3 here and this is 4. Again, we can say it's centimeters. So we want to find our angle here. So we look at what we've got. We've got our opposite, we've got an adjacent. So which ratio involves opposite and adjacent? Well, it's tan. So the tan of our angle A is equal to our opposite, which is 3, divided by our adjacent. To work backwards to find the angle, then you just simply type into your calculator tan inverse. So you have to press shift, press the tan button, and this should come up on your calculator. And then you want to type in 3/4, 3/4. So you want the tan inverse of 3/4. This here, this entire thing here, will give us our angle. This is our angle. Tan inverse of 3/4 is our angle A. That's our angle A. So when you do that, let's see, you press shift, press the tan button, so tan inverse should come up, and then 3 divided by 4, or 3/4 if you use your fraction button, and that should give you an angle of, again I'll do it to 4 decimal places, that should give you an angle of 36.8699 degrees. Again, that's just the 4 decimal places. So you can do it to 4 decimal places, 2 decimal places, to the nearest degree, depending on what they ask you to do in the question. So this angle, our angle A, so this is our angle A then, is 36.8699 degrees. It's roughly 36 degrees, 37 degrees even. So this is our angle A. So that's how you go about finding angles if you have 2 of the sides in a right angle triangle.